Ladies and gentlemen, nothing about this story is adding up. And I want you to look at the timing of this shooting happening on Tuesday, and on Wednesday, Trump signs by executive order that Judaism is a race and nationality. Look at the timing of this whole thing. And I also want you to just pay attention to this entire thing from the beginning when these folks were placed into what they call Israel in 1948. Now, in the biblical text, it says that once the Hebrews are placed in their land, there would be peace on earth. How come we see all this fighting in Syria, protest all across the world, the Yellow Jacket protest in France, protests down in South America? Haiti is protesting. And hell, there's always protest in America. All of the racism and divisions on earth. Where's the peace? Where's the peace? Where's the peace that's supposed to be on earth once the Jews were restored in their land? How come they're always fighting with the Palestinians and bombing in Syria and literally fighting with everybody in that region? Where's the peace on earth that we're all supposed to feel? There has never been peace on this earth. Never. And how come the biblical text says the Jews are black into the ground? It doesn't say the Jews wear black. How come they wear black? But the text says they are black. And if they are such a blessed people by our Heavenly Father, why did He give them that little teeny smidgen of land? That doesn't look very blessed. They are supposed to be the chosen. And they got some little strip of land in the center of their enemies. Okay, getting that little teeny piece of land, that don't look very blessed. And I have to go and look at some of these stories. And ladies and gentlemen, the Hebrew Israelites that are in that immediate area where that attack took place, nobody has any affiliation with these shooters. Even their families don't know nothing about them being in these groups. Don't you find it odd that they are part of what they call extremists, which I don't believe they don't have that kind of reputation like the Klan, but nobody seems to be affiliated with these people. Well, where were they affiliated with these Hebrew Israelites? On Mars? So this is a story that came out in the New York Times, y'all. And black Hebrew Israel. No, they're just Hebrew Israelites. They're not black Hebrew Israelites. You know, you could always tell when white people add a spin onto something. No, The group is not called Black Hebrew Israelites. They are Hebrew Israelites. Okay? Not Black Hebrew. You, like I said, you can always tell when white people add their spin onto something. Black Hebrew Israelite. Okay. So we know this attack took place in Jersey City in a community called Greenville. This community is predominantly Black, ladies and gentlemen. These Hasidic Jews did not move into the neighborhood until 2010. That's when they moved in. So there's a small group of them living within this Black community in Jersey City, predominantly Black community. All right. I want to take you, down in this article. Now, these, what they call Black Hebrew Israelites, were put on to this list of being extremists by the Southern Poverty Law Center. That in itself is a joke, and we'll talk about these Southern Poverty Law Center folks at another time. But they are heavily affiliated with the people that we're talking about. But it's a whole different story on that, ladies and gentlemen. So they are put on this list because of their ideology and bigotry, according to them, and referring to these people as devils. So I want to go down to this part of the article. Miss Burrich added, the group is not known for committing mass acts of violence. It doesn't have the record of violence that white supremacists have in the United States. That's true. They don't. There's no record of them lynching people and burning crosses and mass shooting. It's none of that. You know, you got to understand these folks are always trying to make some false equivalents constantly. Always trying to make a false equivalence. All right. Now, in a news conference a day after the attacks, we know the mayor expressed, you know, all these claims about hate and his message about the cop getting shot and all this stuff. Well, there are many, actually, when you go more north in the state, there are many Hebrew Israelite camps. And then because it's right next to New York, Jersey City is very close to New York. So when you get up in that area, there's a lot of different camps. A lot of them, y'all. That being said, the groups have already came to disavow the actions of this person, but here's the thing that's really interesting. Now, they're saying that they are part of the movement, but nobody seems to be linked to these people. No one is linked to these people. So the two that were killed in that store, and they're making these claims that they are part of the, as white people say, Black Hebrew Israelites. Nobody is claiming any affiliation with them. So this whole thing is strange, y'all. Miss Graham's beliefs are yet unclear, but this is the sister of the man that was shot and killed in the store. Her brother, Frederick Graham, said he was not aware of any links to the movement. So they're saying they don't even know of any affiliation with the Hebrew Israelites. I don't know what's happening, Mr. Graham 52 said. I didn't know she was part of any of that. I'm trying to get more information. How come their own family members and people that they know don't even know about this affiliation with the Hebrew Israelites? How come no one is making any affiliation with these two shooters? A neighbor of Mrs. Graham in a tidy house, a housing development in Elizabeth, New Jersey, said she was nice and polite when she moved there in 2011. Okay, but she dramatically changed. All right, so why does that change have to be because she was affiliated with Hebrew Israelites? A lot of people change for a variety of different reasons. That doesn't mean that she changed because of Hebrew Israelites. People change from having crimes committed against them. People change because folks in their lives may die. People change for a variety of different reasons. So, how is her changing linked to Hebrew Israelites, y'all? I'm just saying. Okay. And here's another thing that's very odd. The neighbor said he could hear Mr. Anderson shouting at night that his religion was the only true religion, while others, specifically Catholicism and Judaism, were false. Well, Hebrew Israelites is not a religion. It's not a religion. It's not, they're not a religion. Okay. And they're just talking to look like different Hebrew Israelite groups. And, again, nobody is claiming any affiliation with these people. All right. So, again, they're making a link that nobody else is making. Why is that? How come they're making a link to this group and nobody else is making this link that's actually these groups in the area? All right. So if, for example, a woman is from Elizabeth, New Jersey, she's from that area. She's not from somewhere else. So again, what camp are they affiliated with? Because none of them seem to be connected to these two people. All right. In fact, the groups are coming out and saying what they did was wicked. But absolutely none of the groups in the immediate area that are Hebrew Israelites are claiming to have any connection with these folks. And again, look at the timing of the shooting and Trump putting through an executive order to make Judaism a race. Now, ladies and gentlemen, one thing I also discovered over the years in this walk, when you talk to these folks that are Jews and you ask, what tribe are you from? What tribe are you from? They're either going to tell you Judah or Levi. Now, what happened to the other 10 tribes? And then they'll give you an answer. Oh, well, nobody knows where they are. Nobody. No, that's not true. Everybody is scattered. Everybody is scattered on the earth. But all 12 tribes are still here. So, how come, like I said, they were a chosen people by the UK and they got this little teeny strip of land and everybody is either Levi or Judah on the whole land? And there's 12 tribes. And I'm going to go right back to what I said before. Where is the peace on the earth once they were restored in their land? How come this earth is still very violent? And they were supposed to get a new covenant. What's the new covenant? How come we haven't heard anything about this new covenant? They're supposed to get a new covenant. Anybody ever heard these people talk about their new covenant? Interesting. But I'm still trying to find Sem in the Bible. They're Semitic. I'm still looking for Semitic in the Bible. Just like I'm still looking for Israeli and Israeli. That's not in there either. Jewish is not in the Bible. How can you be chosen and you're not even calling yourself what's in the biblical text in the Torah? And Judaism is not in there either. Why are you calling yourself all these things that's not even in there? Why are they avoiding being called Hebrews or Israelites? Why are they avoiding those titles and going with Jewish, Israeli? I'm just saying. That's like taking us and saying we're a blessed people and then put all of us in the state of Connecticut. That don't look very blessed. So y'all, please tell me what you think. I mean, look, things are not adding up. Things are not adding up at all. These folks are supposed to be what, the white label is Black Hebrew Israelites, and there is no affiliation with these groups. But these police officers came out the very next day with this information. The family don't know about this. These Israelite groups around the area don't know or have any connection with these people. And then they said there's a manifesto, but it doesn't make any sense. Who wrote the manifesto? We haven't even seen it. So, who wrote this manifesto? I mean, this whole thing is weird. But it is not the first time things have been staged, ladies and gentlemen. Don't lose sight of that shooting of police officers over in Philadelphia. And then come to find out the black man that was doing all the shooting was an informant. That's why none of those cops got shot. But they staged that shootout after the mass shootings of Walmart, the Garlic Festival, that shooting, and then there was another shooting. And then all of a sudden some black guy comes out of nowhere that's a government informant, and he does a shootout with the police and nobody is killed, including him. And you know how they kill black men in this country, but nobody is killed. And people were talking about they saw the cops put the blood on their shirts. I mean, you all remember all of that? And now you got this shooting and all of this information coming out about these folks being linked to Black Hebrew Israelites, and not one group is talking about being affiliated with these people or even knowing these people, and even their own families don't know anything about this. And then Trump on Wednesday strokes the pen and makes Judaism a race as if he got the power to do that. Come on, y'all. This man can't make any races on this earth. Are you kidding? He can't do that. He can stroke all the pens he want. But at the end of the day, if that's the case, why don't he stroke his pen and make Christianity a race? Why stop there? Make Catholicism a race. Make the Protestants a race. Come on. Do you see how ridiculous this whole thing is? And do you see this as more deception that's being created? We're in the final hour of this captivity. And look at the level of desperation, ladies and gentlemen, that's going on. Just look at it. I know there's plenty more I could say, and there's many things I'm thinking about right now. But nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, I got to bring this video to an end sometime. But y'all, please tell me what you think. We know these folks have never matched the biblical texts at all. We know that. But please tell me what you think about this whole thing and how everything is casually unfolding in this whole incident. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell. And I will see you on the next video, y'all. Peace, family.